Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle can be accessed by going to edpuzzle.com and clicking on either log in or sign up. If this is the first time you're accessing Edpuzzle, you would like to sign up as a teacher and then use your Google account to create the account with Edpuzzle. This will link your school account with Edpuzzle, and we have been given a pro version that will last until July of 2021. So that will link you up with the pro version for the rest of the school year. Back over to Edpuzzle, if you do have an account, log in as a teacher and make sure you're signing in with Google. This brings up your Google account and puts you right into the home page of Edpuzzle. So here on the left, you're going to see Home, Curriculum, Barbara Worth Junior High, or the other school that you have linked to, and My Content. And where Edpuzzle takes you to first is My Content. Now with the Pro version, you'll be able to have unlimited storage for all of your lesson videos. And that really makes a big difference. So when you add content, coming over here, if you wanted to add a video or create a lesson, you would click on the blue button, Add Content. There's 4 options: creating a video, uploading a video, doing a student project, or creating a folder. And the folder just looks like this. It's just to store content in. Today we're going to be looking at creating a video and then uploading a video and what is available on Edpuzzle's curriculum. So if you click on Create a Video, you can look for a lot of different subjects that Edpuzzle already has built into their Edpuzzle community, or you can search YouTube within Edpuzzle. If you search the content in YouTube, for example, if we wanted to do something on the solar system, type in solar system and you're going to get the videos that they have filtered out. Now Edpuzzle does filter YouTube, but ultimately the teacher is the inappropriate filter. So if you find a video that does not meet your standards or you feel is inappropriate, you can contact Edpuzzle and let them know about it, but just please don't assign that to students. So you're the judge of the videos. So if you find a video that you like, say this one, for example, we're going to click on it. And now you have some options here at the right-hand side on the bottom. Assign, to just assign this video straight over to your class, copy it, or edit it. We're going to choose to edit this content as first. And I'm going to edit this with you, and then we'll go into how to set up a class. So click Edit, and that takes the video into the editing screen. Now, as you add things, the video events line is going to appear here on your left. And you can do a few different things with this program. First, you can cut the video to make it a little bit slimmer maybe, or you can take parts out that aren't relevant to your students. And in order to do that, you can just trim. I'm going to pause that for a second. Trim by pulling this little side lever all the way to wherever you want to cut the video. And you can add cuts in between as well. So you really have a lot of different options. So if you were to play this, and maybe you wanted that first part out, we can actually cut that part by sliding this over and starting from right there. And that's the cut. Okay, and it does save your work automatically. So there's your cut, and it's going to start from right there.
Hey friends, wondering where I am, right? Well, I am in...
Okay, now voiceover and questions are your 2 other options. VoiceOver creates a voice over the video. Now you can't use that with YouTube. You can use it with your own videos, but you can't use it with YouTube because it's blocked due to YouTube's terms of service. But questions has 3 different options, and you can do voice notes in here. So for example, if you wanted to do a question, and the whole kind of premise with Edpuzzle is you can stop and check for understanding with your students throughout the video. So let's play and see where we can insert a question here.
In space. And do you know what that is? That is our galaxy, and it's called the Milky Way.
Okay, so if we wanted to pause this right here and think about a question, you could either press the pause button as I did here, or you can actually just click on the multiple choice question and it will pause the video. So if we type multiple choice question, and I'm just going to put something easy, what is our galaxy? If I could spell galaxy, that would be great. What is our galaxy called? And we can put the moon or Milky Way. Butterfinger. You have to mark one of them correct, and you can add multiple choices to these questions as well. To keep a question true or false, you would just leave the 2 options and put in true or false. There are font editing features here. You can insert links, pictures, a lot of different options for your questions and answers. So we're just going to keep it simple today. Make sure that we have our correct answer marked and click save.
Do you see?
Now what that's going to do is save that video, that question at that point, and see this little teardrop here indicates on the timeline 18 seconds into the video there's a question for them to answer. And your video events over here on the left also shows this multiple choice question. What is our galaxy called? So as we continue, you have to answer it in order to continue. Okay? So we're going to...
Do you see that? That bright light is our solar system. That's where we live. It is home to some of the largest dust storms, which can continue for months and cover Earth
Okay,
suitable climatic condition, landforms and water bodies, which support life in all forms. Moon is the natural satellite of it is home to some of the...
So we're going to skip ahead a little bit so that you can see how to insert questions on each of these things. Now, if you find that a question is a little bit too close or too far away from the content, you can actually just take this teardrop and drag it along the timeline and move the questions around. So if we write an open-ended question, how far is Earth from the sun? They'll have to answer it that way. And now they'll get a blank open-ended question space to be able to type out their answer. If you do multiple choice questions, they are going to be automatically graded with the system. If you do open-ended questions, you will have to go back and look at that question to grade it. And again, your video events are going to be right here. Okay, let's continue on.
Saturn. There are about...
If you want to write a note for your students, so remember, this is a program that students are going to be looking at asynchronously. So they're going to be doing this work independently. You're taking a video or a video that you've created maybe, or a video that you found and making a whole lesson out of it. So if you want to write in some notes but don't know how to do that with a video, you can actually put a note in here through Edpuzzle. And you can type a note or you can record a note. Don't forget to write notes on each one of the planets. And simply by pressing that record button, the little microphone, recording our message, we can actually... Don't forget to write notes on each one of the planets. You can hear your note right there. And we're going to save it. what that does is it creates another event. So here's your video events again. It describes the note, and it also brings a little teardrop right here to it. They have to listen to your note in order to continue the video. Okay, so say this is it. This is all we want to do, and you can do multiple questions throughout the entire video. We're going to finish up just for demonstration purposes and click finish. Now, we want to assign this video. We've got our different elements in here put in. We're ready to go. We want to assign this video. So we're going to click assign. And you have different classes set up, or just one class depending, and I will show you right now how to set up your class. So today we'll just put this in our sample class and assign it to all, or manually you can choose your students. This is really important information over here when you're assigning. You can start the date of viewing today or schedule it out, and you can put a due date in here as well. Okay. Prevent skipping. This is automatically turned on, and what it does is it prevents the students from being able to skip ahead or move forward in the video. They have to view the entire video, including the questions, in order to finish the assignment. That's really neat. You can turn on closed captions or turn them off right here as well. And from this screen, you can also add a new class. When you add a new class, you can connect your LMS, so you can connect right into Google Classroom, or you can manually add your class with these options. I believe when you add a class through your LMS, it will only do certain things with the connectivity of the assignment. So you may want to go back in and look at how it's set up when you add a class through Google Classroom. And we can do that in another video. So we're going to click assign. And we have assigned our Edpuzzle video. Now, if you don't have any classes set up, you can do that entire content and it'll stay in your content until you decide to assign it under your My Content right there. But if you come over here to My Classes to set up your class, you'll look and see all the different assignments in the different classes you have. And this won't be here, obviously, if you don't have any classes. But I wanted you to just see that each assignment's going to show the start date, if anyone turned it in, how close everyone is to finishing. So to add a class manually, you're going to click the plus sign, and you'll get that same screen that we saw before with the assignment button. Again, you can connect. So we're going to go ahead and connect our Google Classroom today to Edpuzzle, and it's going to manage that coursework and grades. So it's going to integrate that and view all of your roster and your Google Classroom. So we're going to allow that. And I will put in 8th grade technology, and we're going to import that class. So what that does is it takes all of your class members. I only had one class member in there. But it imports all your students from your Google Classroom into your actual Edpuzzle class so that it integrates really well. And if you have trouble with this, shoot me an email. We can schedule a one-on-one, and you can also send out your class options manually as well. So in your class options over here on your class list, when you're in a class, and it'll show that it's connected through Google there, but this one's not, so you can see the difference. It'll show that little icon. Let's click on class options. You can add a description, archive or delete the class. You can import your students, and you can edit or remove people from your class as well. Now, these are the options with the Google integration. If you are just doing a regular class that you've manually set up, you have to invite students manually. What that button will show you is this. You can copy a link. You can put that right into your Google Classroom. So there's two ways to add classes in Edpuzzle. Now the gradebook also is going to show you all of the different videos and how they were completed, the total time they were spent, and it looks like a regular score sheet in here, so you could transfer it right into PowerSchool. At any time, if you want to go back to kind of the home page, you can click on Edpuzzle. And that's basically how you would add a content video. The program also has curriculum built for different elementary sites, elementary or middle school and above. You can view videos by grade level. So if you wanted to just view 6th grade math, numbers and operations, and there was nothing in there. Negative numbers. These are all the Khan Academy, because there's Khan Academy integrations that show 6th grade math, negative numbers, and absolute value. Now, if you see any of these little teardrops, these have already been edited by somebody, and they have questions built in. So this one has 10 questions and or notes. So if you click on one of these, you can actually use these questions that are built, or you can delete them, edit them, change them however you like. So that's really the beauty of Edpuzzle, is so many people have contributed to it, and there are public videos that you can go back in and use some of these questions. So that's the curriculum side. If you click on home, it's going to take you to, some trending videos, trending in your state, just trending in our country. So those are just more to explore. And then the popular channels have more of the integration. So if you go into Khan Academy, you're just going to see those types of videos. If you go into National Geographic, you're only going to find National Geographic videos. And the same with TED Talks. So you can search within any of these channels or the curriculum, or you can even create your own. So when we go into My Content, anything you've looked at, saved, copied is going to be in here. And it's going to show you how many questions or notes it actually has in there. If you want to use something from, for example, a screencast that you've already done, possibly of a video of maybe a PowerPoint or a Google slideshow, you can click on Add Content and upload a video. So you'd have to have the video on your hard drive of your computer to choose the file or drag it, or have it in your Google Drive to look through. So you can upload your video, and I actually have one of my old videos in here for citing sources. And once you're in that video, it's the exact same editing feature where you can edit this assigned video and go through, add questions, add notes, etc. And it acts just like another YouTube video in Edpuzzle, which is a great way to expand your lessons and really give students a chance for independent practice with checking for understanding. I hope you liked this really short tutorial on Edpuzzle. Feel free to explore around. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, jwest@besd.org. We also will be sending out the instructions on getting that pro version for the rest of the year. Thank you and have a great day.